Alright guys, welcome back to another Master Apprentice video and podcast. How you doing today, Afton?
Doing pretty good. How are you doing today, Sammy?
I'm alright. Today we're going to go over battle packs, LEGO Star Wars battle packs. If you've been a LEGO Star Wars fan for any period of time, you know LEGO Star Wars battle packs are kind of a key component of Star Wars, LEGO Star Wars in general. Every year, for the most part, we've skipped a year or two every now and then, but every year they get one, usually two battle packs a year, and they're always like fan favorite things, whether it be clones, droids, stormtroopers, or just random assortment of other things like Jedi or Tatooine pieces. But it's always 4 minifigures in a build, and the price has changed over time, but it's usually been one of the more affordable, cheaper prices. Right now, battle packs cost about $20. When they first came out, they were about like $12, and they were $15, $17. But they've always been that relatively affordable price for kids, right? And they're mostly aimed for kids. When battle packs first came out in 2007 with the Clone Trooper Army Building Battle Pack, it was exactly for that, an army building battle pack. You could get this battle pack more than once, more than twice, a couple times if you wanted, and you would have all of these characters, all of these minifigures, and you could get a battle pack army builder. And so you could have all of these clones into an army, and usually the build would be good for army building or just good terrain to use for any kind of scenery. So it's really good for kids, but it's also really awesome for collectors, and it was just really fun for everybody who built MOCs. They've always just really been, I'd say, fan favorite set styles that have come up for LEGO Star Wars. But of recent, we've had a couple of weird years with super battle packs and things that look similar as a battle pack but aren't actually a battle pack. And what I'm talking about that's coming out, I believe in September, is set 40755 Imperial Dropship versus Rebel Cruiser. This is kind of a combination of two battle packs that came out in 2008. Because of the 25th anniversary, they thought they'd put it together in one. But they don't advertise it as a battle pass, and part and reason it may be due to the price point, because the price is about $35, possibly $40. It's not been confirmed yet. So just kind of going over a battle pass, what are some key components that make up a battle pass?
First being the fact that it's 4 minifigures. It has some small terrain in it, or a small vehicle, or something that's just there to use that can be bought over and over again to make large terrain. And then the fact that it's affordable. It's for kids, so the kids should be able to buy it, and that's kind of part of the point of it.
It's usually aimed for like a versus style. We've had a couple of weird ones where it was like a Tatooine mashup and had like a Tusken Raider and a droid and a Jawa. That's not really a battle pack because it's kind of hard to get more than one of those. I mean, it's fine, but like only reason a kid would want that is if they've got a scene or a mock and idea already set in place. Because who really wants a bunch of the same droids and Tusken Raiders, right? You kind of want some variety. Or if you are going to have a lot of similar minifigures and builds, it's going to be an army style. So usually a lot of these battle packs, the style will be like a versus. So like we'll get clones, and then later we'll get droids, right? Or we got rebels and stormtroopers, right? Or we get Mandalorians and super commando Imperials, right? It's usually like that versus style. So you have one faction versus another. While not every faction will come out in the same year, you can kind of count on them to come out throughout the years. So, for instance, the clone packs that came out last year, they didn't really have a counterpart until this year with the droid battle pack that came out. Be it was a May 4th exclusive, but it was that battle pack counterpart. So you had all of these droids, you can battle your clone army. And then they had the mashup earlier this year in January, the Clone Army versus Droid Battle Pack. You had the two factions to battle each other. So that's one thing that's also super important when you buy these, is you kind of want it to have that play function of built-in faction versus faction. That's super important for these battle packs. And lastly, Athen hinted on it, is the affordable price point. Battle packs have always been fan favorites, but they've also been fan favorites really due to the fact that everyone can get these. I remember growing up, and the first ever LEGO Star Wars sets I got were battle packs. And then the ones my parents got me for Christmas were battle packs because I didn't want to spend a lot on Legos for me. They had other things they liked to get me, but they knew I liked Lego, so they would get me something that was small, cheap, and affordable, which were battle packs. They've always had that affordable price point. It's been really fun for kids. It makes it so much easier to actually army build, which is half the point of the battle packs. And that in itself, they're meant for mocks and things like that. It's just easier for collectors to get their hands on it. So that affordable price point really, really matters. And so when we do get these super battle packs, that's good and all, but it really can't go up and beyond like this upcoming Rebel Cruiser versus Imperial Dropship battle pack. I know it's not necessarily supposed to be a battle pack, but it's very similar to that style. And I'm glad they're not necessarily marketing it as a battle pack, unless they are, and I'm just unaware. And I think that's a bad move by Lego because nothing should be over $30 for a battle pack quite yet. I think $30 is a good point for the super battle packs like the 501st battle pack and the Clone Army vs. Droid battle pack. So let us know what you guys think down in the comments. If you guys agree or disagree about the battle pack situation for Lego Star Wars, what your favorite Lego Star Wars battle pack is. I'd say my personal favorite would probably be the 501st battle pack or the Clone Army vs. Droid battle pack. I know those are both kind of newer and recent, but I really love the super battle packs. I think that just makes it really easy. It's built-in play functionality in itself when you have faction versus faction, and they're really fun for collectors.
I gotta say my favorite at the moment, I know it just came out, but the Mandalorian versus Super Commando Imperial Trooper. I think that one is really cool because you get the two variants of the Mandalorian and some terrain that can go in this set, that set. The terrain's very easy to go from one to another.
My first ever battle pack that I got was the battle pack with the ARC Trooper. I don't know the name, but it's on screen right now. That battle pack's legendary. And, you know, there's so many of these fun little sets that came out at the time that are worth so much more now. It would be unfortunate if Lego started jacking up these prices now already. I mean, a lot of these battle packs become so much more expensive years later in the secondary market. So let us know what you guys think down in the comments. What's your favorite battle pack? If you agree, disagree, all of that. And with that, we hope you guys did enjoy this video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.